I think that was a big thing for me, is like, okay, that's great that these people are doing it, but how have you been able to do it? So, yeah, I'm super excited to introduce you to our first speaker. Our first speaker is Whitney Kay. She lives in my neighborhood. We've been friends for a long time, and she's a busy mom and a graphic designer. She's amazing, super talented, but she doesn't have a whole lot of time for this business, but she makes it work. So Whitney, I'm going to pass this over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sarah. And hi, other friends on here. So like Sarah said, my name is Whitney. I have been in the industry for a little over 13 years. It sounds like a long time. And then with Monat for almost 4 years. So the reason I jumped into this industry specifically was because I was in corporate America. I was at the time on maternity leave, and I didn't want to go back to work. I didn't want to have to be undervalued, be underpaid, be not appreciated, and not be working on my own time. And so I started looking for other sources of income. And I jumped into the network marketing industry, and I was successfully unsuccessful for 8 years, a little over 8 years. And then I was introduced to Monat by Sarah. Sarah was my stylist. I became a product of the product. I followed her success, and being a friend of mine, I decided to jump in and really try to go full force in this business. And that same exact month, I found myself in $17,000 worth of debt. That is what I was needing. I was needing a burning desire as to why I needed this to work, and that was it for me personally. So I put my head down, got to work, and very quickly, within 9 months, I hit a leadership position in the company, qualified for my paid for Cadillac, was earning free trips with the company, and I paid off the $17,000 worth of debt, which was so amazing. But if people ask me today, some of the reasons of what excited me about Monat, I'm going to share those with you right now. So the first thing is that it's a consumable product, meaning people use it, it goes down the drain, they need to buy it again. And at that time, it was only shampoo. We are a naturally based anti-aging hair care and skincare company with Monat. So at the time, it was just shampoo, and everybody washes their hair. I mean, yeah, I'm going to use a product that's consumable and that people are going to continuously be reordering. And now skincare, same thing. And then we had a less than 1% return rate. You guys, that speaks volumes to me, because that means to me as a businesswoman that people are buying the product and they're keeping the product. They're using it. They're loving it. They're not returning it. And that is what has made our company thrive for so many years. We also have clinically proven ingredients. This was huge. I want to be with a company that knows how to formulate products, especially products like hair and now skincare that people are putting on their bodies and that their bodies take in naturally. So it was really important to me that these ingredients were backed by science. And you guys, when I say we have some of the best science in the industry, we have the best science in the industry. That's why we have so many products that are winning awards, and it's amazing. And then we own our research and development laboratories, our manufacturing facilities, and our distribution centers. Again, when we are 100% owned and US based, like that was so exciting to me. I know so many companies have to outsource their ingredients or their products or certain things, and you get things like cross-contamination and delay in shipments or things being received. And I knew that by us owning 100% of that, we were going to have something really great with Monat. And then this was probably the biggest thing for me: no inventory. You know how I said I was successfully unsuccessful for 8 years? I was with another company that, well, I think all the companies I was with, we had to buy our own inventory and have product in our back shelf or stock. And you see products up here, that's by choice. That's not required. So when I left those companies, you guys, I was stuck, and I still swear I have some in a closet somewhere. I was stuck with over $1,200 of product that I could not sell. We don't have that here. Like I said, that's by choice. These are all products that I use and my husband use and my son use. So I have these here for myself because I want to, not because I have to. And that's huge for me. And last thing, I could plan for my future. And seeing Sara, who now is my best friend, like she said, we're neighbors, and seeing what this company did for her, even though I'd been in the industry, I just never really knew if it was for me or I could possibly do it, because I didn't feel like I really knew somebody that did do it. And that was for me personally. Everybody has different reasons. And I knew Sara. I saw it work for her. And it was amazing. And it was life-changing. And I wanted a piece of that. And now I can say that it's completely changed my life. And I get to work from home. And now I have a 7-month-old. And yeah, I get to work on my time and make my own money and work at home with my baby and enjoy all the luxuries that Monat's been able to give me. So that's it.
Thank you, Whitney.
You're welcome.
Whitney says, like, I saw Sara do it. What she really means was like, yo, I know Sara. She's nobody special. Like, I know this girl, and if she could do it, then I could do it too. So yeah, thank you, Whitney.
Yeah, I wanted to be nice and not really say that out loud.
But I get it, and I'll go into that a little bit more when I introduce Julie, because I know Julie on a personal level. Don't get me wrong, like what she's done is amazing. She'll tell you her story, but I know Julie personally, and we're so much alike, and so yeah, if I can do it, Whitney can do it. If Julie can do it, I can do it, and so on and so forth. So thank you, Whitney. So I am Sara. I'm a senior executive director with Monat. I've been with the company for almost 5 years. I was introduced by Julie Stevens. She's gonna come up after me. She messaged me on Facebook one day and asked me if she could bring some products to my salon to try. I was a salon suite renter, so I was responsible for my full rent. It was $1,000 a month. So I could not afford my salon rent plus a mortgage. My husband was a special education teacher at the time. And although teachers are like superheroes and amazing people, their paychecks don't match. I mean, it was like he couldn't make more money. And in order for me to make more money, I had to take more clients, more time away from my family. I was looking for freedom. I was miserable. I was missing out on so much stuff, but my salon was my baby. So I said no to Julie for a long time, for like 2 months, because I felt like I didn't have enough time. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have social media. I was clueless as far as that was concerned. But really, I think why I said no was because I was confused on how this would look for me. Like, I'm a total introvert. I bust into a sweat mustache when I talk to new people. So face-to-face isn't my best suit. I like to hang out on social media. But I started to get to know Julie, and she was so driven and motivated, and I had never been around anybody like that before. And I got to know her, and I was like, okay, tell me how much money you're making. And she told me, and it was twice as much as I was making working in the salon, working 60 hours a week sometimes. And so I was like, sold. Because really all I wanted was an extra, if I could pay half of my salon rent, that would have been everything to me. So that's where I started. That's where I jumped in. I loved the products. I was sending my clients home with them, and my mother-in-law was one of them. Every time she sat in my chair, for the entire time she's been my mother-in-law, I could see her scalp. I knew it was deflating on her self-esteem. And sending her home with the products and being like, use these, let me know what you think, when nothing else had worked before. She came back 6 weeks later to get a root touch-up, and she had a whole new line of new growth coming in. And her scalp was less visible, and her hair itself felt amazing. And that's when I was like, wait a minute, these are special. And I'm going to explain exactly what those products do in just a second. But that's where I started. That was it. And I started sharing them on social media. and just naturally talking about them because I was so excited and learning about the products. And then about 2 years into it, I realized like this has been the lifeline that I have needed this whole time, and I didn't even realize it. And I started to take it more seriously. I gave it more time and effort. I started respecting the business like an actual business and not a hobby. And I started pouring my time and energy into it. And within 10 months of doing that, I was able to spend much less time at the salon. I made this my full-time income. So now I do hair when I want to. I had skyrocketed to the top of the compensation plan, and I had made the $1 Million Club, which is people who have made $1 million in commissions. That is not why I signed up. Let me stress that. I didn't see that that was possible until later on. I just signed up because I wanted to move out of my mom's house. That was it. And I loved the products, and I wanted to hang out with Julie because she was so much fun and amazing. I wanted a new friend. So if you're looking for new friends and that's all you're looking for, like there's some pretty awesome people here. So what is Monat? Like, what are the products? Let me give you the general rundown. Monat is naturally based, anti-aging hair care and skincare. And I didn't understand what anti-aging meant when I was first introduced to the products or any anti-aging products. Anti-aging is not products for old people or old hair or old skin. It's just reversing time. The best way that I can explain this is I have all of this hair. It's pretty long. All of this length has been around for like 5-6 years. The hair closer to my scalp, this is new. This is newer hair. So Monat is intended to restore the health of the hair that's been exposed to toxins, buildup, heat, chemical damage. It's intended to restore it back to when it first came out of the scalp. Same thing with skin. Fresh, healthy, new skin cells. In a few words, Monat is a hair care company with naturally based ingredients with products that actually work. You heard Whitney talking about our scientific advisory board. You guys, our chemist, I like to call him the Wizard of Oz because he's amazing, but he's got 35 years as a formulator. He's award-winning. Like, he's worked with some of the best companies. We also have Alan Meyer, who has worked with some of the biggest hair care companies. He chose to come here because he saw what we were doing. We put a lot of pride into the advancement of science. Like, we want to be the firsts. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a lot of copycats out there right now. That charcoal is now a thing, purification, detoxification, naturally based. We were leading the way with that. We are almost $1 billion company in year 5. We have over 1 million VIP customers. Those are people that are saying, I want these products coming to my doorstep month after month. We would not be doing those kinds of sales if the products didn't work, just hands down. Rejuvenate Oil is one, I don't have one sitting here, but it is our flagship product. It's infused into just about every product that we have, and it's what really makes us special. It's a proprietary blend of rare, unique essential oils, and it can be used for so many things. We like to call it a multi-purpose elixir. We say no to toxic ingredients like parabens, phthalates, plastic microbeads, harmful colors, harmful fragrances, but the products do work. So I, as a hairstylist, always had this belief that if a product was organic or clean or natural, it didn't work. That's not the case here. We pair science and nature together. So the products are effective. They're clinically proven to work. We're also Leaping Bunny certified. We follow EU formulations, which is a European formulations. Their standard is, I think they have over 1,300 banned ingredients, something like that. And we only have like 40. My numbers are probably wrong, but it's that ratio. It is that outrageous. So we follow those protocols. But if you have any more questions about the products themselves, give it the person that invited you. We can give you some more details. But for now, I'm going to pass this over to my best friend, Julie. She wouldn't be my best friend without this business. I'm so thankful that she ended up in my inbox every day as a complete stranger, and I didn't blow her off and I heard her out, because we have done amazing things together. We've been to Paris. I'm not going to cry. We've been to Paris. We've been to London. I've watched her purchase a new home and move into her home and give her daughter a beautiful life. And she's watched the same for me. Like, there's no better bond between people than seeing them like in the depths of despair and without hope and just like clueless where their life is going to go, grabbing them, picking them up and saying, come with me, we're going to change our lives together. I cannot explain how that feels. And I hope that you get to experience the same thing with somebody. Hopefully it's here. So Julie, I'm going to pass this over to you. I don't know why I'm crying. I'm an idiot.
Oh, you owe me one for that one. Making me cry. Here she is.
So will you share with them how they can get their hands on the products, what that looks like, and how to become a market partner? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew she was going to start crying as soon as we start talking about our experiences. Oh, but she's so right, you guys. So, hi, I'm Julie, and I'm an introvert too. And speaking is my biggest fear in life. So, how many other people relate to me on that? So I kind of recruited people just like me in this business because I felt like a nobody, like forever. I'll just give you a quick background on what a wrecking ball I am in my own life. Okay. I dropped out of school in 6th grade. I homeschooled to play softball and never finished. Got married, husband got a job, and I had a baby. So I decided to go back to school. And you guys, I'll never forget those moments of dropping off my kid at daycare, thinking, oh, okay, so you all know those feelings if you have kids. It was really hard. Went through the schooling process, got my GED and all that. Literally, didn't even get to graduate. They didn't even send me a cap and gown and say you're invited to the graduation. And then I took my test and I was 11 points short, flunked my test. So I went to school to be an occupational therapist assistant, and I loved it. I was in internship. I had 2 jobs lined up. And this was the year that Monat came into my life. I was really broke. My student loans started kicking in. It was twice as much as my own rent at the time. And I've got a 7-year-old daughter at home, and so we're living in an apartment. We weren't living in a fifth wheel at this time. A lot of people think that because of an old video, but we lived in a fifth wheel just a little bit before that. Okay, so everyone knows. But we went from a 400 square foot place to a 690 square foot place so we kept upgrading. So we found ourselves in, 1,000 square foot house, little apartment, super grateful, had a good job with my husband, but my bank accounts were negative before we got paid every month. So on this particularly week, it was September 20th, and Ann Fisher messaged me and she told me about this opportunity. And I was like, well, that sounds great for you. I'm so happy for you. And then it was like, she kept talking to me, and kept talking to me because she didn't want to leave me out. And she had a rule of thumb, like, don't leave anybody off the table. And some of these people who've been customers of mine, are now, living with a Monat paycheck through COVID times. It's really, really difficult. So it's kind of like, I appreciate every single customer. So don't think I'm all about the business. I'm just about enriching people's lives. That's my purpose now. I just try to be a blessing, y'all. I got that quote from Brittany Pillars' mom. So anyway, I had 2 checking accounts in the hole, and I just decided, you know what, this is it. Like, I got to do something. So no, I didn't have the money. I didn't have like resources. My mom was so broke at the time too. You guys, like, my parents would give me their last $20, and they did several times. I remember there was times when I didn't have gas money, and she would say, there's a 20 behind the picture frame in the kitchen, or something like that. So I would go take the 20 for gas. So in reverse now, I couldn't borrow the money from my mom or anybody. In fact, the people I was thinking of who I was going to call to sign up also, I knew had to borrow the money. So all of, whoever you hang around is usually your average paycheck, average mindset, and things like that. So I was one of those broke people who just didn't really have a way out at the time. But I didn't let it stop me. So I went online and I pulled out a payday loan, and I was like, I'm doing this. And I got approved. I don't know how. The interest rate was like $150 for like a $500 loan or something, like stupid. I was like, I don't care. I'm making this money back. I'm going to do this. I was all in because I had nothing to lose at that time. I just felt like such rock bottom. I mean, I remember right before I filled out that loan, I looked in my pantry. I had one thing sitting of ramen noodle soup in there, and my daughter was eating a bag. And I was like, I don't even have grocery money. Like this sucks. And I was just rock bottom, right? Just failed my test, feeling like complete failure, right? So here we go. I signed up with a payday loan. I helped people just like me. Was like, find the money, borrow the money. So all of my family members and people like that. And it wasn't even months later, I was finding Sara. And which brings me to like my favoriteest part about this business is that like you get to choose who your friends are. Like it's really cool. It's kind of like you're on the playground again at school, but there's new kids every day. And you get to like not hang out with the bullies, like you don't have to hang out with the kids who push you off the swing. You get to go look for those other people who are just sitting there waiting for a good friend to come along. And so I literally sought out profiles and people who I thought that I would be friends with, and I purposely messaged them. And Sara was like the most nerve-wracking person to message. Oh my gosh, her profile was so beautiful. She was a hairstylist, and it makes me just sweat thinking about laying on the bed telling Josh, I'm going to get her on my team. I can't wait. And she told me no, y'all. She told me no like over and over and over. And she was just really, really nice and gave me a chance. And so, yeah, her story is amazing. Now she's made $1 million. And in return, her and other teammates has made me $5 million in the last 6 years. That's unfathomable to me. I didn't sign up to make millions of dollars. I signed up because I flunked my OTA exam and I needed to replace that income. I need to pay off my loans. And so it's just the first year it was like, oh, pay off the loans, and it just snowballed from there. But it's been the biggest blessing ever. My dad now doesn't have to work with a broken back. I've worked with him my whole life. So I was a construction worker before, even after I was married and going to school. Like I worked on the roof, I painted, I did all those things. And now I'm up there on his property, like working on his house. I bought him a house, paid it off. Like I give them a check every single month because it makes me happy. That's it. Just because it makes me happy. I just write a check for their bills and extra expenses. If they need something extra, like I cry every time I'm able to buy them something, like buying them an air conditioner or something, or new like washing machine, little things. So I don't know if you guys are in a position today to do that for people like your family members, but that's why this business called my name. I wasn't a hair rep. You guys look at my hair. This is as cute as it gets, okay? Like I am not a great hair rep. I literally will straighten it sometimes and then I'll cut it off. I get so bored. So I never thought that I would be a good hair rep. I just thought I could pass along information to help give people hope again. And that's all it was for me. When I tried the products, they blew me away. I knew I would make really good money when I first tried them because they made me feel really, really pretty. Like I was shiny and all these things. Me and Sara, before we'd go into salons, would spray the hairspray all over us. We'd be like, here's our magic glitter. We're going in. And so, I mean, it's just phenomenal products. The skincare that just came out is like, oh, I hope you guys try the skincare if you haven't. But what I'm saying is that I've never been an expert in the cosmetology field. I'm a construction worker. I'm a failure. I'm like, and a lot of other things. That's okay. They were stepping blocks. And you guys can do it too. If you guys ever are thinking like it would be really nice to have a plan B at a time like this, like can't tell you like how grateful I am that the people I know really well today are able to pay their bills. And even though they lost their jobs or whatever, they're still able to pay their bills. So for me, it was about building that security with the community that was around me and having such an amazing blessing. If I ran into someone, I could offer it to them. So that's what I do. I've never said this is a lifelong business for you if you don't want it to be. If it's just something that gets you through a hard time right now, you might find something more and keep going, but it is what you want it to be. And for me, it has made us an amazing amount of income, but the friends and the confidence that it's given me. I mean, I'm on here not passing out. So I used to, seriously, it was pretty bad. Sarah knows all about that. So you just get a lot of growth and so many good things. So if the business isn't exactly what you're interested in, the products are incredible. And I'm going to tell you real quick how to get started with the products. There's 3 different options. And I have a cheat sheet just in case I need it. But retail is where you're going to buy. And see, guys, I've been doing this for 6 years. I still use a cheat sheet. And I'll never be smart enough to not use it. So don't expect it in the next 5 years. It'll be the same story. So as a retail customer, you can purchase the products and support our business and the amazing endeavor that is helping change so many lives and make you feel amazing. Make sure you get the right products. Consult with your person. Don't just get on there and start adding to cart because we'll hook you up. But it's just retail price. You do pay for shipping with that. It's full price. Now, if you want to spend a little bit less money, it is a commitment of 2 flex ships. That means 2 times after you order the first time. VIP customer is kind of like a commitment program. If you order your first time and then another 2 times, you get to choose when those products come out. The shampoos last a very long time. The skincare, I would say, lasts a good solid month. So those are something that maybe you would want to order every single month, but you get to flex that out and you can freeze it. So if a time like COVID hits and you lose your job or something, you can always freeze it after those 2 orders after the first one. So 3 total in your lifetime, you can unfreeze freely. It's $20 to start with the membership, and that's a lifetime fee. So you never have to pay that every year. You get 15% off on all of your products that you order. Plus, there's a purchase plus option. So I think I took a picture of it to double check. I want to tell you guys this because it's really, really, really big percentages off.
It's up to 25% depending upon what's in your cart. It's huge.
Thanks. So like, yeah, if you order like a couple hundred, it goes up. So it goes up, it's tiered off. All right. After that, you get free shipping, 15% off, a free product every single month, and they call it an only for you. These are where like the teaser products come out, and if you get one, like look at them and the like they'll have an option, this one or this one. Oh my gosh, these suckers go like underground and people start like pawning them off to each other and making pretty good money. So those things don't get released all the time. So those are just amazing perks. Birthday perks, you get a free goodie on your birthday. And I think that's it for VIP. You get to schedule it. Yep, that's it. Yeah, okay. So, in flash sales, here's another thing. I like the name flash sale because it's kind of like a flash flood. It's like one day it hits you and you're like, oh my gosh, they're sold out already. So flash sales are basically whenever, let's say they'll put an oil for sale and then you can buy like a whole shampoo and conditioner for like, $25 or something like that. So they have sales like that happen all the time. And as a VIP customer, you will get notifications when those pop out. They'll be released usually on 2 days or 3 days over the weekends or on special holidays. So they're amazing to get all those perks and all the discounts. Now, market partner. Okay, market partner is what Sarah, myself, and Whitney Kay are. Market partner it is annually $50. I will say that. So the VIP is $20. Market partner is a little bit more. This is the business side of what we do. You have a couple of different product packs. I always suggest being a product of the product, having all product that you can possibly get for the highest discount. If you cannot afford it, I would never ask you to do it. If you have something to sell in your house that you don't need anymore and it's laying around and you can sell it and buy the big product pack, I mean, I pulled out a payday loan, so you could do whatever you want. There's no pressure. But if you have a lot of the products, you can use them. And if you're not under quarantine, you can share them. So you can be like, okay, here's some samples and whatnot. That's how I actually shared the products with Sarah. I had an extra shampoo kit on me. And so I took that one down there and I let her use it. And the mask the mask got her. So she got really excited. So the prices for these, we'll start off with the bigger one at $7.99. The next one is $5.99. The next one is $3.99. The next one is $1.99. And if you absolutely cannot afford more than, I think it's going to be like $116, there's a $99 pack. No products come in it. You just get your website and a little kit. About 1% of the market partners purchase that. So you'll have a better success rate with higher packs because you get to use the products. And those discounts go all the way up to 57%. And you can't buy them again. A lot of people ask that. And that's it, you guys. That's how you sign up as a market partner. I hope that that helps. If you guys have any questions, absolutely ask. No question's a dumb question. Trust me, I've asked them all, and they help. So as you guys come to them, don't be afraid to ask. And if you want to be a customer or a market partner, we would love to welcome you and invite you. And thank you for supporting our business. And thank you for your time tonight. I know it's valuable. So Sarah, I'll put it back to you. Thank you for having me on the call. And it's so good to see your face.
Yeah, thank you, friend. I appreciate you. So just to wrap this up really quick, like Julie was saying, as a market partner, you get a really sweet discount. We get 30%, the ability to earn commissions. It's flexible. We don't have to keep inventory. Like, it literally costs me nothing to run my business every month. There's no weird hidden fees. We have the one-time annual renewal fee of $50. That's it. There are so many other companies that require you to mandatory purchases, $200 a month, or you have to sell this amount, or we don't have any of that here. It's super, super simple. You have the ability to earn trips. You have the ability to earn your car payment. I'm driving a car that the company has completely paid for because they've been paying for it for the past 3 years. It's all paid off. Julie too. So at the rank of market mentor, you can qualify for your car payment. And at that point, you're making just about full-time income. So like Julie said, this can be whatever you want it to be. Just really quick, and I'll let you guys go, how we do this. It really is just talking about what we're doing. Like, oh my gosh, I used this shampoo today. My hair looks great, feels great, smells great. I love it. That's really just about it. When you get too technical and too sciencey, people don't care about all that. They just want to know your personal experience. It really is that simple. And just working it into the nooks and crannies of your life. My son plays baseball, so when I meet the baseball moms, or if I'm at happy hour and I meet people and it comes up in conversation, you'd be surprised how often people are complaining about their hair and their skin all the time. So that's how we've done it. But if you have more questions, get with the person that invited you. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and you guys have an excellent night. Take care, you guys. We'll see you later. See ya. Bye, y'all. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Whitney. I love you guys. See you.
Thank you guys. Good to see y'all.
Bye, y'all.